Yes, done guys. So let's start the session. So in this class, we are going to discuss about the Python output, how to print in terms of any value in the Python. Okay. What are the different options of print option we are having, right? So as I have told you earlier, any value, the value will be either numeric or it will be non-numeric. Non-numeric means in terms of text and everything comes under non-numeric. Text, special characters, everything comes under non-numeric. So here, any value if you want to print, if you want to store means we are going to store that one in an object and it is a, we are going to create a variable and for that we are going to write the variable name. For example, if you want to directly print any particular thing, then we are going to use the output is within the Python is called as print. So print function we are going to use. We are going to use the print function and within this, whatever you are going to write, it is getting printed. So how you are going to write that one? What is the syntax for printing the within the Python? Let us see one by one. First, if you want to print any simple value, a simple value that is either numeric. First, let us focus on the numerical data. Numerical data with decimal and without decimal. So here, print 3. Just I am printing the numerical value. So within the print, what are the different options we are having? Miss print directly you can write the value, whatever the value you want, or you can write with respect to the variable. Either you can write the value or variable. If you write the value means it will print the value. If you write the variable, it will print inside that variable, whatever the value is there, it will print that particular value, right? Now here the print value, if the value is a numerical data, if the value is numerical data, if the value is numeric, then directly we are going to write that numerical number, whatever the number is there, whether it is 12, 14, and 19.2, minus 24, something, whatever the, whether it is a decimal value or whether it is a without decimal value, positives and negatives, all these things we are going to write directly like this. Whereas apart from non-numeric data, for example, apart from your numerical data, which is called as non-numerical data, any value of non-numerical data, that we have to write in the inverted commas. Every non-numerical data should be in the inverted commas. So here print 3 means it is a numerical data. Since it is a numerical data, I no need to write the inverted commas. Directly I'm going to write the numerical data only. So the syntax for value is print value. If the value is numeric means no need to keep inverted commas. If the value is apart from numeric, you have to keep the inverted commas. So print 3 means it is printing the 3. So this is the output. So this is the input and this is the output. Next, we are going to print with respect to 10.5. That either again, once again, print value. Now this time the value I'm going to consider decimal value. So print 10.5 means it is just printing the 10.5. Similarly, print minus 4.5. So it is printing the minus 4.5 negative values. Now print Rama. Print Rama means it is printing the Rama. Now the value is Rama. Value is Rama, not the variable name. Value is Rama. So it is printing the Rama. So which is in a non-numeric data. So I have to take in the inverted commas. Either you can go with a single inverted comma. If you are interested with the single also, you can go with the single. Or if you want double means, you can go with the double. Answer will be the same. There will be no difference between the single inverted comma or double inverted comma. Right? Now, here we are having with next print Rama. Instead of writing like this, if you print Rama without writing the inverted commas, sir, my concept of print Rama, like how we are writing print 12. Print 12, we are writing directly the value. So similarly, I'm writing my value called as Rama directly. Why I have to take inverted commas? Directly I will write like this, and if you execute means, the Python will assume this one as not as a value, it will take as a variable. That is the reason. So the variable starts also with the alphabet. So whenever there is an alphabet is there, you are printing A means A is variable, A is value. Variable. So then it is getting confused. If you don't write the inverted commas, it will get confused between what you are writing, for what purpose you are writing. That is the reason they have created a separate syntax for that one and separate syntax for this one. So any value is there means value should be within the inverted commas. For variables, inverted commas should not be there, because the variables will anyway starts with the alphabet only. For that, inverted commas should not be there, right? So here, if you write the print Rama, it is going to consider not this one as a value. It will consider this one as a variable, and it will throw the error as Rama is not defined. So whenever you want to print the Rama should be printed means Rama is a value means then it should be in the inverted commas. That is the syntax. And apart from other than numerical data, anything. For example, I want s at the rate of 1, 2, 3. So this is also inverted commas. For example, S123, inverted commas. If you want with respect to S12, inverted commas, anything, any combinations or only special characters are there, like full stop, comma, something. Everything, whatever you want to print, just you have to keep in the inverted commas and print. Simple. Okay. So whatever you want to print in Python, entire Python, whatever you want to print, you just have to write within the inverted commas if it is a non-numeric. If it is a numeric, directly print the numerical value. Write the numerical value. Simply write the numerical value, it will print the numerical. Whether it is a positive or negative or nothing. Numerical means directly numeric. Right? Any non-numerical data, you have to write it within this. So automatically it will print like that. So this is print. Print within this inverted commas, whatever is there, it will print as it is. If you write welcome, it will print welcome. Whatever you are writing within the inverted commas, it will print. Is that clear? Now, if you want to print the multiple values, these all of them are single value. Now, if you want to go with the multiple values, now what is the syntax between them is print multiple values. The syntax for multiple values is value 1, value 2, value 3, value 4. Okay. So now you can take between the syntax for printing the multiple values is print value 1, comma, value 2, comma, value 3, and so on. Just you have to write the comma. Now, when you are writing the comma, now while printing, how it is going to print? For example, I'm writing print first value is 9, second value is 99. Two values are there. Now, by default, when it is printing, the first value it will print 9. And the second value after the space between the two values, between two values, it is going to consider the separator is equal to space. Separator means which separates between the values. The separator meaning is which is between the values. That is called as separator. Okay, whichever the value is there between the that it is called as separator. Right? Now, here I'm going to have the print 9,999. So what it is going to print means 999 and separator 999. So it is going to print in this way. While printing, it is going to take the between them as the space. No, sir. Why it is considering the space? I want to print the 9,99 means as it is, it has to be printed. 9,99 only it has to be printed. That to numerical data only. Then what you have to take? Separator is equal to comma. You have to write separator is equal to comma. Then automatically it will print in this way. If you write separator, the word you have to write like that. If you want between them, sir, for example, I want to print 9:99:999 means between them what you want, between the values you want colons. So between the you want colons means you have to take in the separator is equal to colon. You have to write here colon. If you write colon, automatically between them colon will be there. Okay. So now, sir, I want only between first two I want colon. After 2 I want comma. After 2 again between them I want full stop. Something like this. Then you have to wait for the loop concept. This will not be applicable. Here for everything commonly it is applicable. This function, whatever the values are there within the print, in the backend, what is the code they have written means the print function will print all the values. It will print all the values. If it is one value or multiple values, it will print all the values by considering separator, by considering the separator as space. Separator means between two of them. By having the separator as the space, it is going to work. And it will print the values like this. By default, it is going to take the separator as space, unless you write specially the word called as separator. Sir, what is this particular word is called as? This word are called as keyword argument within the functions that we are going to see in the further class. When we get into the functions concept, there you'll understand what is meant by keyword. Keyword arguments, default arguments, like this, multiple arguments will be there. So here we are going to discuss when we are working on the arguments, default arguments. So here, what is the default argument? Means the separator. This is basically a function. Simply to say, don't get much detail into that one because we'll get confused, because first time we are entering into the Python, means again these will be confused. So simply, as of now, you can understand this is called as a function. In this function, whatever the values are given, separator works as a by default space. The separator as space by default. It works by default the space, right? Now, and you are going to consider like this. Now, for example, the values. So whatever the values are there, the values can be one text and one numeric. Yes, anything. Two values are important. Whether it is a numerical data or non-numerical data, nothing is important. Values. Anything is values. Whether it is a numerical also, it is a value. Whether it is a non-numerical data also, it is a value only. Value means values, right? And welcome to data science. You have written like this: program, comma, SRK, comma, 6, something you are writing like this. Now what happens? Welcome to data science program. After that, space SRK. After that, space 6. It is going to print like this. Is that clear? By default, it is going to construct the space between the values. See, as it is, whatever we have discussed now for the single value and multiple values, the same syntax is applicable for the variables also, single variable and multiple variables. If you want to print a single variable, print variable. If you want to print multiple variables, print variable 1, comma, variable 2, comma, variable 3. What happens when the variable 1, whatever the value inside the variable 1, it will print space, value of the variable 2, space, value of the variable 3. Like this, it is going to do. By default, in the print option, the space is the separator. Right? Now, let us see like this. Print A is equal to 10, and I'm asking to print A. Means it is printing the value inside the A. So what is the first line? Here 3 lines are there. What is the meaning of first line? Means comment. Comment means ignored by the Python. Second line, A is equal to 10. It will create an object of 10 with A. This is the first variable created. Next, print A. Print A means what is there inside the A? It is going to print. So print A means 10 will be printed. Next, what is the difference between this print A and this print A? Print A and print inverted A. Inverted commas A. What is the difference? Here A is the variable. Here the same A is the value. This is one of the question given in the certification, Microsoft certification. Basically, it's very simple, very fundamental one. Okay. So sometimes they'll focus on the fundamentals also, right? One is variable and one is value. Okay. So now itself, don't get into the strings, ints, all these things, because we have not discussed, right? So the data types we are going to discuss furtherly one by one. Okay. Next, print A. Print A means here it is going to consider the A as the value and it is going to print the A. Right? Now, print the multiple variables. If you want to print multiple variables, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to 30, D is equal to 40. You can write in the 4 different lines, or you can write in a shortcut A, comma, B, comma, C, comma, D is equal to 10, comma, 20, comma, 30, comma, 40. You can write like this, either that one or this one, right? Already I have explained you that. So now here I'm having total again 3 lines of code, out of which the first line of code is called as comment. And again, it is going to be ignored by the Python. Now, A, comma, B, comma, C, comma, D is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40. So 10 with A, 20 with B, 30 with C, 40 with D. It is going to create like this. 4 objects are created. Print A, comma, B, comma, multiple values. Now here, these are values or variables? Variables. So print A, comma, B, comma, C, comma, D. What it is going to print? 10, 20, 30, 40. In between them, what is the separator? Space. 10 space, 20 space, 30 space, 40. It is going to print like this. Space is the separator by default. If you don't write anything word of separator, by default, it is going to consider the space. Is that clear? Now, next, you can take a combination. For example, here itself, I'm showing you print. First one is A, comma, A. What is this? First one is A. A means variable. What is the inside the variable? 10. After that, A, value. Value means how it has to print? A. By default separator, space. So 10 space A. You can take a combination. Got the point? You can take the combinations also. Values, exclusively variables, combination of values and variables. Anything. Right? Just by each of them, you have to separate by comma. That is the syntax in the Python. Whenever you are using the printer within the Python, the syntax is you have to separate them comma. While writing the code, you have to separate comma. While printing, it has to give the space by default. Is that clear? Now here A is equal to 10. This is A is equal to 10. Now what is A is equal to 10 meaning is, if I execute only this line, what happens? It is going to create an object of 10 with A. Object of 10 with A, not object of A with 10. You should not say it is going to create an object of A with 10. It is going to create an object of 10 followed by A. First object of 10 is created, then it is going to name it as A, because right side part will be executed first, not the left side one. Right? Next, now here the print the value of A colon comma A. Now what is the meaning of this? This is entire thing is called as value. So value, this asterisk will be printed. What is inside the A? 10. So the value of A is 10. Simply the value of A, if you write only A colon, what happens? A colon only will be printed. Whatever you are writing, it will be printed asterisk. Inverted within the inverted commas, whatever is there, it will print asterisk. If you are having the colon, 10 colons is there also, 10 asterisk, ditto, it will be printed. And it will give the value. By default, it is going to take the space as the separator. First, this one is printed. When it is going to the second one, it will take the space. That's it. Is that clear? Now, this example, Z is equal to 100, SRK at the rate of colon, accelerator mark 345, comma Z. What is the answer of this? SRK at the rate of accelerator mark 345, space 100. That's it. Comma D is there. Now, space D. Comma D is there. Then what is there in the last D value? 40. Now what is it going to print? Space 40. It will add like this. That's it. Simple. So now you are taking the some kind of in this, what are the things are there? Variables are there. Still, if you want to see with a value, numerical value 22, you add one more than. Then you can see the one more value of 22 is added. Say a numerical data, value wise a numerical data, value wise a text data, variable, single variable, multiple variable. Means in a single one, in a single example, you have covered everything. Right? Is that clear? Next, what is this? A comma, SRK comma, A comma, Krishna. First, what is there in the A? What is the A? Last stored A value? 10. That is the last stored one. Okay, 10 space SRK space 10 space 10 space Krishna. That's it. Same answer. First write in the notes the answer, later execute. After executing, if you see the if you write the answer, from seeing that one, you have created answers. You are not doing after executing the code. First you are writing the answer in the notes, later you are executing. Means you are testing yourself whether you have done a correct one or not one. Right? First I'm not executing, and later on whatever the answer is there, I'm not explaining for you. First I'm executing that, first I'm explaining, later I'm executing. Is that clear? Next, so here num is equal to 12, name is equal to Sam. If I execute only this particular cell, what happens? It is going to create an object of 12, name it as num. It is going to create an object of Sam. The variable, it is going to write the name called as name, like this. When I execute this particular line, this will execute. When I write this one, this will be executed in the backend. Okay. Now here, print my number colon num. What it is going to print? My number is colon. After that, space. It is going to take the space 12. Again space, and my name is space Sam. It is going to print Sam. Sam is caps lock SAM. So SAM, caps lock SAM. You are going to get same to same. Right? My number is space 12 and my name is space Sam. Sir, instead of name, you have written here num. My number is 12 and my name is again 12. It is also going to print 12. So here, sir, how the name will be 12, sir? Wrong now. Python doesn't understand that one. Python doesn't work like that. Python will work whatever the code you have given as it is. It will not understand here name. If you write the shortcut of n only and my n is, what n is, it will not understand. Whatever you are writing inside that, it will print. If that is a wrong one, miss, you have to modify the data, but it will not understand, oh, how the name can be 12. A person cannot have a name with 12. It will not understand in that way. Just whatever you are having, it is going to print. Is that clear? Next, we are having within the printer one more type of format. The format is called as curly braces. This is one more different type in the print. Within the print, this is one more option. So my number is, so what is meant by these curly braces means within the print option, whatever the curly braces are there. So these curly braces within this, just observe only from here to here. My number is curly braces and my name is curly braces. This everything you have written within the inverted commas. Now what you want to fill in the first inverted comma, that you have to write dot format. By using the dot format, in the first portion, it will be filled with num. In the second portion, it will be filled with name. So here, two curly braces you have taken. So obviously two variable names you have to write, or two values at least you have to write. Whatever you are writing here in the format, two should be there. Otherwise, it will throw the error. If three curly braces are there, means three should be there. Four curly braces are there, means four values should be there. Four values or four variables or whatever it is. Within the format, four should be there. So now it is going to take my number is space. Here automatically inside that print only space is there. So space dot format. Dot format means inside this curly braces, it is going to fill the first curly braces with num. Inside the num, what is there? 12 is there. So it is going to fill with 12. And my name is name. It is going to fill the name, which is Sam. If you don't write this format, without writing the format, what happens? If you don't write the format, as it is, it is going to print, including the curly braces, it will print as it is. The curly braces has to be filled with the values, some values. So what I'm going to do for filling that curly braces, I'm going to use the dot format. Now automatically in the curly braces, wherever the curly braces are there, it will fill that one. Sir, instead of curly braces, if there is a normal bracket, like a square bracket, instead of not like this, you are having this type of bracket, it will throw the error. That is not the syntax in the Python. That is not the rule. So since it is not following the rule, so it is going to throw, for example, if you are not using the format, means not a problem. Anything you can write. as per your choice. That is not a problem. It will print asterisk the brackets. That is not a problem. But when you are using the dot format, then it should here you should have with respect to only the curly braces. Okay, curly brackets only you should have. And dot format, you are going to use dot format and the num comma name. Then automatically the first portion will be filled with num, second portion will be filled with name. For example, you are writing name comma num. First portion will be filled with name, second portion will be filled with num. If you are writing num, both of them, first portion will be filled with num, second portion also filled with num. Whatever you are writing, it is going to fill. Right? For example, I'm writing here like this. My number is 12 and my name is 12. So now, for example, here, I'm going to change this one to name. Okay, I got the answer like this. And here also, I'm going to change the name. Now tell me, what is the difference between the output of this one and output of this one? Is there any difference? At least one letter or one special character or anything? Now, out of these two, which is the easiest one or which one we have to use means whichever you feel that you have to use. Whichever you feel easy that you have to use. There is no rule that we have to go in this way only, in this way only. Whichever you feel that is the best option. My feeling is this is the, I will use this one only. So in the company, they will ask to write this one. No, in the company, they will not ask like that. Right? So whichever you feel easy, that is the best option in the entire Python. Here we are not the Python developers. They will not focus on the Python code. Data scientist main requirement is not the Python code. Objective is not the Python code. Objective is how we are going to analyze the data. That is the most important. Okay, after writing the Python code, you are going to get some output. For every Python code, one output will be there, right? The output, how you are going to analyze. This is important for the data scientist. Writing the Python code is the least priority for the data scientist. That is might be important for the Python developers. We are not a Python developer. So we are not focused on the coding part. They'll give some task for us and they'll ask from this particular what you are going to understand. In the today's class, if these are the students are there, what you are going to understand. For us, if this type will be there, right? Now, here, the code, whatever the output of this one and this one, both are same. If you follow this syntax or if you follow this syntax, answer remains same. Choice is yours. You can select any one of your choice. Now, for example, sir, for you are writing the curly brackets multiple. Let us assume we are having 20 curly brackets. 20 curly brackets are there, or at least I'm writing here at least 9 of them I'm writing. Okay, 9 curly brackets are there. Now 9 curly brackets, format of 9 variables you have to give inside that. 9 different variables or 9 same variables, but 9 values should be there. No, sir. For example, here it is num. It is also num. This is name. This is num. Name. Name. Num. Num. Name. You want to fill here num. You want to fill here num. Name. 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 Num. 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 Name. You want to fill like this. Generally, if you are going with the dot format, what happens? You have to use first one as num, second one num, third one name, fourth one name, fifth one name, followed by num, followed by num, followed by num, followed by name. So total 9 values you have to write. Instead of writing like that, there is a shortcut for this. What is the shortcut? Means just for example, my number is X and my name is X. What is there inside the X means num only. Now what is there in the num? For what is there in the num? 12. So 12 means my number is 12 and my name is 12. So here if you write this one as Y. Now what happens? Y is nothing but name. Now let us see like this. Whatever I have explained the 9 curly brackets, I'll explain the same. So here, the example, whatever I have written here, 9, these are the 9 things, right? So 9 curly brackets. I'm going to take 9 curly brackets. Inside the print, I'm going to take 9. This is the first one. Okay. Second one. And next, third one. Third. Again, fourth. Again, fifth. Sixth curly bracket. 7th. 8. and 9. So total you are having 9 curly brackets. Can you see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now in this 9, you want to fill but nums and name only you have to fill. So in the format, what I'm going to write only num and name. But what I want to fill in the first one, num. So what I'm going to do is here I'm going to write X, and this one I'm going to write X. Next, this is, what is this? Num, name. Name I'm going to write as Y, and name Y. Again name Y, num X, and num again X, now again Y. Now do num. So X is equal to num. Wherever the X is there, X value should be filled with num values. Wherever the Y is there, Y should be filled with the name values. Now I no need to write inside the format 9 things, right? 9 times I no need to write. If you write like this also, the same answer. Sir, instead of this one, for example, let us take like this, sir. Instead of this, if I write dot format, first one is num, comma, again num, comma, name, comma, name, comma, name, comma, num, name. So if I write like this, now you no need to write the X and Y separately. You no need to write these keywords separately. Okay. When you are using the short directly, automatically first bracket will be filled with the first one, second bracket will be filled with second one. So in that case, you no need to write like this separately. And directly you can execute. This one and this one both will give the same answers. Either this option or this option. In the Python, we are having the multiple options. So don't get confused. And we are not giving the priority for the same code. For example, you are getting the answer in a different way. If you feel that one is the easiest, means we can go according to that. Okay. Whichever we feel easy, that one we are going to select as per our choice. Right. When I'm having the multiple brackets like this, then in that case, I'll go with this one. If you're not having that much of multiple brackets, I will go with my top priority. I will give for this one. Simple. My choice is this. Sir, here, whatever is there, instead of this one, just copy this. Okay. And print here. Same answer, right? This time, no need of format, no need of nothing, curly brackets, nothing is required. In this case, this is very simple. In some cases, something will be simple. In which case you feel that one is easy, go according to that as per your choice. Answers are same only, right? If for my example, for the Python developers, generally for the Python developers, any Python developers, what would be the work means? They will give some kind of output. Okay, they will give some output, and for this output, they'll ask the code. That is the work of the Python developer. In a software company, any software developer work is that one. They'll fix the output. Hey, I want, they'll create the website. In the website, they'll say that here I want the blue color. For the blue color, whatever the code is required, you have to write the code. For UI developers, if a Python developer or a software developers are there, Java programmers or with respect to .NET, anything, any software developers, for them, the output is fixed. Output is fixed. They will say the output. Hey, I want, this is the output. For this output, write the code. They'll fix the output. You can't change the output. It is not dependent on you. Whereas for data scientist, output only not fixed first. First thing is output only not fixed. Sir, output not fixed means then what we are going to work? We also don't know unless we work. For example, that is nothing but like this. Let us take like this. Sir, based on the students, today's class students, what you are going to understand? Today's students, who is going to join, based on that, it will be dependent, right? If you ask the same question by at 5 p.m., sir, based on the today's class students, what you are going to decide? If you ask the question, first students has to come. And after that, whatever the students' behavior pattern is that I have to observe. And based on that, I will tell the output. Before seeing that one, how I can tell? Output is not fixed. In the data science, entire data science, remember, in entire data science, output only not fixed. Your team leader or your project manager only don't know what is output. What it is going to come also, they don't know. Okay. After analyzing only, we'll understand something, and based on that, finally we'll develop the project. The entire data science project is entirely different. Here, the output is not fixed. Output only not fixed means how code will be fixed. None of them knows what is the output only. Then how they can know this? So what they'll ask, Shiva, for example, we are having a data set like this. We have got a data like this. In the data, we are having the multiple rows. The rows are around 10,000 rows are there. Not 10,000, 10 lakh rows are there. Around 10 lakh rows are there. After analyzing these 10 lakh rows, we have to come with a solution. They will say like this. This is the data analyst work. Data analyst work is they'll give the data and analyze the data. Inside that, whatever is there, first we have to go through that. For example, there is a column called as gender. In the gender, male, female is there. How many males and how many females are there, miss? You know before, you don't know. You have to write the code and you have to see. In the data set, transgender word is there or not? How we can know? We have to write the code and we have to see. None of them knows what is there. After seeing that one, we have to analyze. And after analyzing, we have to come make conclusions. That is the data analyst work. Whereas data scientist work, based on this, what we are going to predict the future. This is the past data. Based on this future data, predict the future data, predictive analytics. This is called as descriptive analytics, where the data analyst will do. So the entire pattern of the Python developer and the data scientist work is entirely different. What I want to say is this. Still more simple way if you want to tell. Still simple. So output I want, for example, this is the X 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we are having. So they will say that, Shiva, I required Y is equal to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is my requirement. This is my output. For this output, what is the code I have to write? They'll ask us. I will say that code you have to write is Y is equal to X plus 5. This is the code. Okay. Who is going to write the code? Developer is going to write the code and as per this one. Whereas in the data scientist, X and Y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we are identifying the relation. So here we are going to write the code. Here we are identifying the relation. Okay. In this case, the code is important, and based on the code, you are going to get the answers. For example, if you change the code, X is equal to Y is equal to X plus 6, automatically 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, you will get the different answer. But here already the data set is fixed. You can't change the data. Within the data only, you have to write the relation between X and Y. Right? Is that clear? So please focus on the concept, not on the Python code. While practicing also, your main focus should be on the concept wise. Your analyzing also should be on the concept wise. You have to learn the concepts. And second, many of the students will do the common mistake is they'll feel that they are understanding. What they are understanding? Example they are understanding, a concept they are understanding. Example understanding means that example will be very clear. If you understand the concept means you can apply that same concept in the different examples. You can create the multiple examples. Don't focus on the example, focus on the concept. Okay, if you understand concept means you can apply multiple examples instead of that. If you focus on the example means it will be applicable only for that one. When you see the new one, again, you will get confused. Don't try to understand the example, try to understand the concept. If you understand concept means not only this example, multiple examples you will understand automatically. Any textbook, if you read also, it will be easy only for you. Is that clear? So this is the print option. So in the print, we can print a single value. We can print the multiple values, single variable and multiple variable, and a combination of everything. This is about the print. Done. So just I'm going to upload the same notes. Whatever I have discussed this one, I'm going to upload in the notes. Right. So already to the students, whoever has paid the full amount, for them, I have created the classroom. Please check your mails, please. Every student, whoever has paid the fees, please check your mail. You are going to get one kind of invitation like this. class invitation, the mail will have with respect to class invitation. Whoever has paid the complete fees, not part payment students, don't check. Part paid students, don't check, waste of time. Okay, only fully paid students, please check. You'll receive a invitation, class invitation in this way. And whoever the students has received a class invitation, please click on the join button. There is an option called as join, and click on the join. Once you click on the join, again, it will ask one more time join option. It will ask one more time join option, and again you have to click on the join one more time. Once you click on the join and again one more time join, now you will be redirected to the classroom. So this is the classroom. So in the classroom, there is a drive link. In the opening itself, you'll have the drive link. So here there is a stream. So here itself, in the starting first page itself, you'll have with respect to the drive. Okay, just you can click on the drive, and inside this drive, the notes will be there from today onwards. I have not uploaded till now. Don't say it is empty. As of now, I have not uploaded. Okay, and this drive, whatever the link is there, this link, if you copy also, and if you share it with your friends also, they can't open. If you copy and if you share with your friends also, they can't open. Only the students, whoever are in these students here, whatever the students has joined, only these students can access this particular drive. Only the students of this classroom can access the drive. If you're not student of this classroom, you can't access this particular drive. For example, let us assume this, you have taken this one link and you have shared to your friend, and your friend anyways he is going to click, and once he click that one, I'm going to get a request that this person who with this mail ID is requesting you to access that particular. So for example, one student has shared to the other student. This student, anyways, it will not open. 100% it will not open. You can try. I already tried. After trying only, I am showing all these things. Right? Now, anyways, it is not going to open. Now it is going to send a link, request access. For other students, it will show as request access, and you click on the request access. I will get that one. Immediately, I will get a notification to my mail that this particular student is asking the request to open this particular drive. I will close that one. I will deny that one. Anyways, I will not give the permission. Only the students who are already in the classroom only can access. Now, along with that, I will get which student has shared this particular link also I will get. Mine is a paid version of the Google. I have paid for that separately. Okay, there is a paid version also is available. This is not a free version, right? So I have paid for that. Whoever the students has shared their link to others, I will get that information also. Once, for example, in this class, one particular student has shared to other. Now, immediately I will get the information that this particular student has shared this link to this person, and this person is accessing the request. Whether you want to approve or reject, I will reject. Now, this person, whoever has shared, I will get a bad impression on this person. Whoever has shared, I will get a bad impression on that particular student. When I get a bad impression, anyways, I'm not going to do anything. These 4 months, I will not do anything. Because you have paid the fees, and I have to explain the class, and I have to clear you the doubts. These 4 months, I will not do anything. After 4 months, additional things will be there, right? At that time, I will not give any kind of help. Because you are not following ethics, I will not follow any ethics. Okay? Sir, indirectly you are warning, not indirectly, directly only I am warning. Don't share to others. Directly, I am saying don't share to others. If you share, I will be the bad person for you, lifelong. Without getting the information from me, if you do any wrong things also, no problem. If I identify that one I will get a bad impression. Clearly, I am saying about me. Is that clear? So please don't share the link. And the students, whoever has paid today or whoever has enrolled today and whoever has given their mail IDs, so you don't share me your mail IDs directly. I have to get the mail ID from the admin. Admin is going to send me the in the WhatsApp, this mail, please add. Then only I have to add. That is the syntax of Naresh IT. Means rules of Naresh IT. As per the rules of Naresh IT, I should not take the mail ID directly from the student. I have to receive the mail ID only from the admin. whether it is online admin or offline admin. Admins has to share me that particular mail ID, then only I will add. Because I'm not going to see your fees receipt and whether you have paid or not, right? Only those people. Okay, is that clear? Everything? Now, whoever the students of this particular classroom, they can access this drive, particular drive. This is a permanent drive, which is having for lifetime access. Everything will be here only. Now, the students, whoever has paid the part payment, for them, I already share you the temporary drive, right? In the temporary drive, I'm going to upload the notes. Sir, what is the difference between this temporary drive and permanent drive? What is the difference between both of them? There is no difference between both of them. Till whatever the date, installment date is there, till that there is no difference. Whatever the notes I'm going to upload here, the same notes will be uploaded here. Whatever the textbooks I'm uploading here, same books will be uploaded here. Whatever the material, same material. Once the time is completed, for example, let us assume the maybe 10th. 10th is the last date. On 10th, I will remove the temporary drive. Entire material will be deleted on that. Whatever the date was given by the admin. Example 10th, I am writing. Example. I don't know exact date. So admin is going to say, sir, please delete the temporary drive. On that date, I will delete the temporary drive. Right? Because it is a temporary purpose we have created, right? Permanent is this one. Is that clear? Done? Automatically, once your installment last date is completed, we are going to delete that. And till that, there will be no difference. In the notes, there will be no difference. In the notes, I mean, inside the notes or while classes, nothing will be difference. Everything will be same, right? And if in the further any information we want to share for you also, we are going to share directly. So here, I'm going to write something. For example, I will write that attend the class. Okay, I'm writing attend the class something, and I will click on the post. This is from my end. As a teacher, I'm going to write this one. As a student, you're going to get like this. This is a different mail ID and this is a different mail ID. So here, as a student, you'll get immediately the notification, attend the class. So the same notification will be sent to your mail also. Whatever I'm writing there and whatever I'm posting in the classroom, everything you are going to receive directly like that. In the future, any placements related is there also. We are going to post everything here only. Placement related or something additional NASCOM certification related or future certifications related in the lifetime, in the entire lifetime, anything we want to convey to you, we are going to use only the Google Classroom. We are not having any kind of WhatsApp or Telegram channels separately. Okay, everything will be done only officially through Google Classroom. Is that clear? Done? So here there will be nothing like classroom code. Don't copy that one. And if your friend shares this classroom link also, you can't open. Classroom link, there will be no use. Drive link, there will be no use. If you share to others, absolutely there will be no use. If you want, you can try also. I told you, right? If you try and if I get that information, if I don't get that information, no problem. If I get that information, I'll keep that one. Surely I will keep that one in the mind. Right? Is that clear? Next concept, we are going to start the data types. The next one is data types. After the print, once the print is completed, next one is data types. So we are going to start the next concept called as data types. So in the data types, we are having two different data types. One is called as fundamental data types. And the second one is called as advanced data types, which are also called as data structures. Fundamental data types and followed by advanced data types. Advanced data types are also called as data structures or containers. Now, what is the difference between these two data types, fundamental data types and advanced data types? The difference between both of them is fundamental can store only one value, can store only one value in an object. In an object, it can store only one value. Whereas advanced data types can store multiple values multiple values in a object. That is the difference, right? So what are the objects are there? Sir, where I can find the permanent drive link? Yeah, please contact your admin. Admin is going to share me that once again. Guys, online students and offline students, once you pay your full fees, immediately contact your admin. And admin is going to share me, admin shares your mail ID to my WhatsApp. They are going to share me to my WhatsApp. Once I receive that one, immediately I'm going to add in the classroom. Immediately I will add in the classroom. Once I add in the classroom, you can access the drive, which is the permanent drive. Is that clear? Done. Everyone is clear, right? Related to classroom access. Just immediately, whenever you pay, not today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, whenever you are paying, okay, related to the fees, I'm not going to discuss anything. That will be taken care of only by the admins. We are not going to discuss anything. We should not supposed to discuss that one in the class, right? And please contact your admin. Once you pay the full fees, immediately the admin will share me the mail ID. Done. Now, coming to the subject, fundamental data types and advanced data types. What is fundamental data types? Fundamental data types means can store only one value in a particular object. Whereas advanced data types can store the multiple values in an object. For example, here it is there. For example, you want to store 1, 2, 3 like this. 3 numbers you want to store. If you write a single like this, it is going to throw the error. Then you have to use a comma b comma c, then 1, 2, 3. So where you have to store 1 in a separate object, 2 in a separate object, 3 in a separate object, 3 different objects. Instead of storing in 3 different objects, you can store that one in a single object also. That is called as advanced data type. Then you have to use some kind of list or tuple, something like this, right? So we'll see one by one. So first, let us complete the fundamental data types. Fundamental data types means where you can store only a single value in an object. In a particular object, you can store single value. The value can be 10,000. The value can be 10 lakhs. The value can be 1 crore, anything, but only a single value. One single value. You can't store the multiple values. So the first one is within the fundamental data types, we are having the first one is called as int. The first one is called as int, where this is a numerical data. This is a numerical data without decimal. Without decimal. It is a numerical data without decimal. Any value without a numerical data without decimal is called as int. So a is equal to 10. Here the value 10. 10 is a int type. Automatically it is going to create an int object. Okay, it is going to create an int object. So in the int object, it is going to store the value of 10. Automatically it will create. Based on the value, the object will be created. That is called as dynamic programming. Dynamic programming means no need to separately assign the int a. Separately, you are not asking to create a int a object. You are not asking to create a int a object separately. Automatically, it is going to understand the value. Whatever the value is there, based on the value, it is automatically creating the type of the object. So whenever the value is int, automatically it is going to create the int object. In the int object, the value of 10 will be stored. And it is going to have a. Sir, what is meant by int object? Int object, for different data types, different types of objects are created. Each of them will not be the same. Means what is the difference? For example, in this class, this classroom is like this. If you go to the other classroom, the classroom size will be different. Is every classroom is having of same dimensions of length and breadth? No. Each classroom here, for example, in this class, what is the maximum capacity? In this particular classroom, who are sitting in the offline students, what is the maximum capacity for this classroom is 50 students or 60 students can be sit. Now, whereas, for example, there are 200 students are there. Can we have this classroom? No. For that, we require another classroom. Similarly, if you are having with respect more number of values, we require a different type of object in the Python. Right? The objects are different types based on the values. Right? So a is equal to 10 and print a. Print A means it is going to print the value inside the A. So it is going to print 10. Now, if you want to see what is the data type of this value, means just you can ask type. You have to use the function called as type function. So in the last class, I have told you the ID function. In the today's class, I have told you the print function. Before to this, now I am saying the type function. These are all called as inbuilt functions. Inbuilt means they are already integrated within the Python for purpose, some purpose. You are creating your own functions are called as user defined functions. We are creating user creating that functions. Creating is nothing but called as defining. User defining functions means user has created those functions as per his requirement. He has created. They are called as user defined. Whereas inbuilt means they are already integrated within the Python. So inbuilt functions, ID is the inbuilt function, print is the inbuilt function, type is also one of the inbuilt function. So what is the use of type means it gives the output as the data type. What is the data type? So inside this you can write the value or you can write the variable. Either you can write the value or you can write the variable, anything. So here I'm writing type of A. Type of A means it is going to write, it is with respect to int. If I'm writing 10, type, what is the type of 10 means int. Either you can write the value or you can write the variable. So type function is created to give the output as the type, right? Now, next, B is equal to 3.0. So 3.0 means first it will check this value. What is this value? 3.0. 3.0 means a numerical data with decimal. So a numerical data with decimal is considered as float. In Python, it is considered as the float. So it is going to create a float object, and inside that float object, it is going to store the value. Float object and int object can store only one value at a time. They can't store multiple values. These objects can store only one value, and it is going to write the name as B. So B is equal to 3.0 and print B means it is printing the value of the B, that is nothing but 3.0. Sir, 3.0 and 3 both are same, right? Value wise both are same, data type wise both are different. You are not comparing if you are comparing value wise means both are same. Value wise both are same, but data type wise 3.0 is considered as the float and this is considered as int. So the same, if you ask what is the type of B means, it is going to say float. Now just if you ask here type of 3, if you ask type of 3, it is a int. If you ask type of 3.0, it will say as float. Type wise both are different. Value wise both are same. Okay, if you check value wise means both are same. How to check value wise means there is a concept called as comparison operators. So where we are going to use like this, output is true, yes, both, it is going to check value wise in this case. In this case, it is checking as a value wise. Whereas this one, it is working based on the data type wise. Type function is used for the type wise. So type of 3 is different. Type of 3.0 is different. Both are different. One is int and one is float. Is that clear? Now, if you want to converting data, converting from one data type to another data type, converting from one data type to another data type, converting from one data type to another data type is called as, okay, converting from one data type to another data type is called as typecasting. This is one of the interview question. Okay, this is one of the interview question for Python developers, not for the data scientist. And that too, this is a basic questions, very basic questions. Once we go into the higher level, these questions they'll not ask. For example, once you complete your BTech, who will ask the questions on LKG? They'll ask the questions on LKG, UKG, 10th class. At least 10th class, they'll ask questions. No. At least intermediate, they'll ask. No. Once you complete the BTech, they will ask the questions in the BTech only. BTech level questions only you can expect. Once you complete the data science course, these questions are all comes under Lilliput questions. Since we are starting now, this is one of the important interview questions. Up to this, it is an interview question, right? These questions will, you can expect these questions in the Microsoft exam. After the class, you can type the Microsoft related Python questions within the data types. Okay, you can get in the Microsoft, it will give the almost 25% weightage is there for only data types. Fundamental and advanced data types, 25% weightage is there. 25% of the marks you'll get from this one only, right? Now, typecasting. What is meant by typecasting? Means converting from one data type to another data type is called as typecasting. Means from int to float and float to int. So for example, I'm writing b is equal to 5.99. And if I print the b, what is the value? Means it is 5.99. And what is the type of b? Type of b means automatically first type of b. You are asking type of b means in the backend, it is going to take type of b value will be filled. In the backend, this is only going to happen. So it is going to fill that b value and it will check that b value. What is that numeric? Numeric with decimal. So numeric with decimal means it is called as float. Okay. And now if you want to convert this one to int, so int of, you have to write int of. This is the function. Again, one more function is called as int of. Inside this int of, whatever you are writing here, it will be converted to int if it is possible. If it is possible, for example, int of srk, if you ask, it will throw the error. Which one is possible to be converted to int? It will be converted. If it is not possible, means it will throw the error called as value error. Hey, this value I can't convert. srk I can't convert. Instead of srk, if you write 25.9 something, you write like this, then I can convert. This value can be converted. How this value will be converted? So simply it is going to throw the error in that case. If you ask now, for example, int of 5.99. Int of 5.9 means int value means it is not going to make the round figure. Int means up to only the first value. After the decimal, it will not consider. So it is going to give the output as 5 only. If you write sir 5.9999999 like this also, it is going to take 5 only. Int of this value is equal to 5 only. You are going to get 5 only. Sir, why 5, sir? It is round figure is 6, right? You are not using round function, right? If you are using round function, automatically round of 5.9999 is 6. That is round figure. That is a different function. This is a different function. In this function, it is going to give only the before to the decimal, whatever the value is there, it is going to print that value on. So int of b means just it is going to take the 5, right? A is equal to 10. And what is the inside the a? 10 is there. What is the type of a? Int. So int can be converted to float means yes. How you can convert? Float of, by writing float of. Now float of 10, if you write, automatically it will be converted as float of 10. It is going to give the output as 10.0. Just it will add the 0.0 for that. Okay. Int of 10, int of 10.2. 10. It will remove the after the decimal. It will add the decimal. One will remove the decimal. One will add the decimal with 0. Is that clear? A float of m is 10.0. Int of 10.9999. What is the output? 10 only. Just 10. Is that clear? Now, next, int of, float of, int of 2.4. Means if you are having multiple brackets, I have told you in the STS class, if you are having multiple brackets, inner bracket will be completed first. So that is int of 2.4 will be completed. That is 2. For that int of 2, that is also 2. For that float means 2.0. For that int means again, final output is 2. Inner bracket will be completed first. If you are having multiple things like this. Is that clear? So one more bracket also you have to add. Otherwise it will throw the syntax error. Right? So in the syntax error, particularly within the syntax error, if you are getting any kind of EOL error, some kind of EOL error, the meaning is you are missing either inverted commas or brackets, something like this. The special character is missing. For example, I am writing like this. See, int of, float of 10.2. Now, what is the meaning of this? First float of 2. What is float of 2? 2.0. For that, int of 2.0, 2. Again, it is going to give the output as 2. For example, you have missed one bracket like this. Okay. Means for the float function, you have opened and closed. For the int function, you have opened, but you have not closed the int function. Now it is going to throw the error called as EOF error. Whenever you see this EOF error, the meaning of that one is, whenever you see this point of EOF, you are missing the bracket or inverted comma, something. Whenever you are missing an inverted comma, opening inverted comma is there, but closing inverted comma is not there. In that case, you are going to get EOF error. Done? Otherwise, you will not get the EOF error. Next, now this one. B is equal to 5.7. C is equal to float of int of B. Float of int of B. Now, what is float of int of B? First, here equal to symbol is there. Right side something is there. Left side something is there. First, right side part will be executed. So, right side part, that is float of int of B. Now, that is nothing but float of int of 5.7. So, int of 5.7 is 5. Float of 5. And float of 5 is 5.0. This 5.0 will be saved in the C. After doing everything right side, now left side will work and it is going to create an object of 5.0 with the C. Now you are asking print C. Now what is the C value? That is the output. For each line, clearly, as a Python, how the Python will work, we have to work in the same way. Python interpreter, how the Python interpreter will watch single letter, we have to watch also in the similar way. Automatically the answers will be correct answers. If you correctly execute one by one, line by line. Is that clear? Next, we are having the next one is called as Boolean. Next data type comes under Boolean, which is also called as bool. Boolean. Shortcut is bool. Right? Bool means first one is int, second one is float. If you want to convert means you have to use the function. Otherwise, the data type is called as int, float. Next one is called as Boolean, bool, small letter BOOL. Inside this Boolean, we are having either true or false. That too caps lock T. Small TRUE is a normal one. Caps lock TRUE only a Boolean one. So TRUE and FALSC, out of which T and F are caps lock. If you write instead of this one small, this is a different value. This is not a Boolean value. Boolean value is only this one, caps lock TRUE and caps lock FALSC. It is a case sensitive. In the Python, it is a case sensitive, right? So why I'm saying this one means one of the certification question, right? In the certifications, you'll get all these basic questions. Certification not only with respect NASSCOM, certification not only with Microsoft, any certification questions means we have to prepare in that way, right? Now here, B1 is equal to true. I'm writing B1 is equal to true. Now, type of B1. Now, type of B1 means it is going to say it is as a bool. Instead of caps lock T, if you write here small t, it is going to throw the error. It is going to take the value of true. True is considered as a one of the variable. That variable value are going to store in the B1. It is going to assume in that way. So first it is asking what is there in the true. You have not even defined the true value. So inside that values are not there. Then how you can assign to the B1 then? It is going to throw the error. So this error you have to get miss while practicing you have to do. If I explain only this one, after this, if you write here, instead of this one, if you write caps lock this one, what happens? You have to write in the notes. That is while practicing, you have to do that one. Okay. So while practicing, you have to try with whatever in your mind is there. Just you have to try. Oh, sorry, saying Boolean means only caps lock TRUE. Instead of that, if I take this one, completely everything caps lock, it is not considered. So caps lock to TRUE only is considered as Boolean. Why that too? It is printing as a green color. Why specially it is printing? Similar kind of this one. Why it is printing in that way? Miss value. Any value will be in that way only. So you can see here the values. All the values are in the green color only. Functions are in green color. Values are in green color. Variable. If the variable is green color only, you should not use that one. Value can be anything. Variable should not be the green color. If the value variable is in the green color means that is the special one, reserve word, which is used for the reserve, right? Now B2 is equal to true. Okay, and int of true, whenever you are using the int of true, true will be considered as 1 and false will be considered as 0. Okay, int of true means 1, int of true is considered as 1 and int of false is considered as 0. True is considered as 1. This is one of the most important, right? And float of true means which is true is 1 and float means 1.0. First it is going to take this one as value as 1 and it is going to apply that one, right? 1.0. Boolean of 0, bool of 0. What is bool of 0? False. It is a false. Instead of bool of 0, if you write 1, what? True. Apart from 1, 2, 3, something you are writing like this, everything you are considered as true only. Some value is considered as true only. Only 0 is considered as false. Sir, if it is a minus, that is also value only. Only 0 is considered as false. Even it is a positive, negative. Sir, if it is a decimal, try with decimal. All this called as practice. While practicing, you have to try with different examples. Okay. After the class, while you are practicing, you have to try all these things. If I keep negative value, what happens? If I keep positive value, what happens? If I keep decimal value, what happens? All these things. Is that clear? So these are the three different data types. One is int, float, bool. These are the three different data types which we have discussed till now. Now, any value you can convert. Int can be converted to float. Can be converted to float? Yes. It can be converted to bool? Yes. And similarly, the float values can be converted to bool, can be converted to int. Yes. Similarly, bool of int, bool of float. So within this, everything are possible. So by connecting one of them, you have to try all the different options, whatever the different options are there. And you can please practice these three different data types. In the tomorrow's class, we are going to discuss the next data type called as string, which is nothing but text. It will take almost 1 hour. String itself will take 1 hour, right? That we'll see in the tomorrow's class. Is that clear, guys? So that is the end of the session for today. And if you have any questions, you can ask. Immediately after the class, I will upload. Generally, every day after the class, within 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I will upload. Whether it is in the temporary drive or permanent drive, I will upload within 10 minutes.